Hi everybody and welcome to the Flute Practice. Today is day 28 of the series. I say that with a lot of sadness. This practice series is very swiftly, very quickly drawing to a close. It has been just such a cool journey, so I am sad that we are ending it, but also excited because there are lots of really exciting new things, coming up in the next couple of months. Today we are taking another look, a final look at some of these octaves. And today we're going to really kind of pick it up a little bit. We're going to challenge ourselves a little bit more. Yet again, if you are, just getting to grips with these octaves, go back to that exercise that we did at the beginning of, well, not at the beginning. When did we do it? We did it like a week ago. Go back to the exercise we did about a week ago so that you can just kind of really get comfortable with this and know that this video is not going anywhere. So you will have this resource in this video to use whenever you are ready. So today we are basically going to be speeding up those octaves and getting them a little bit more trained up. Now the idea is that we are going to do these octaves in several different rhythms as well, to really make sure we are absolutely in control of what we're doing. Often I find what happens is when we're playing them, we tend to kind of like jump up or down too quickly. So we tend to go, or so that we're not actually really getting them completely even. One of the ways that I've practiced this is by playing them in different rhythms. So doing the dotted rhythm, so really thinking ta 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 ta. So and even better, of course, is to practice this with a metronome, which I am going to do today. Cool. For those of you who don't know, or struggling to get a metronome, you can just type it into Google like I just did, and then you have him just rocking out right there. Really a game changer, guys. Like, it really changes the way that you have to really focus on this. And then you can do the opposite rhythm, so also really great. And then inverted, so now you're going to, instead of starting from the low, you're going to start from the higher note, which I actually find much more difficult because I tend to jump down too quickly. I promised I'd speak a little bit more about that jumping down, which is really tricky, especially when you've got to do that very, very quickly. There are a couple of strategies here. The one strategy I spoke about in the other video briefly was just that releasing, that relaxing moment. So not thinking of staying all tight, but actually releasing. The other strategy that I like to think of is to actually keep my embouchure almost in the lower position and just let it reach up to the high note. So instead of thinking for each note, I think of the low position. Try not to move almost anything here and rather let the air do the work, so that we are letting the air speed change those octaves. There's going to be slight things happening here, of course, but that we are not necessarily moving too much here. So really training our position to be quite released and relaxed, and then rather working with more airspeed to get up that octave. You need very little really to jump an octave or to jump an interval. And our support in this is going to be the single biggest helping factor out of all of it. So making sure we're breathing in nicely so that belly nicely goes out. And when we start playing, that we're not just collapsing that stomach in or squeezing in even, that we're really allowing it to stay out and down and support us nicely there. You can then practice, so we were practicing the and then the other rhythm, so and then we can do a nice triplet movement, so da 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 da. Once again, thinking of those triplets rather than da 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 da, because we tend to get into a bit of a pattern. And then you can even try and speed it up into more, so And here you're really going to feel how you need to quieten this. You need to calm this down. If there's too much movement here, you are going to really struggle with this exercise. Maybe try 6 even. So once again, I really find it easier to find that low position, find the most focused low position, and then from there just a slight maneuver here and a lot of support. This is the way that I have really come to be able to make these a little bit more even, regular and fast, and especially those jumps down, to find those jumps. It's really, for me, it's about support and being released. I'm also giving a little bit of a shout out here. You guys can see that I'm wearing a t-shirt, The Perfect Shadows. This is a band that I am playing in. Very cool guys. A very good friend of mine, and she's actually writing us a flute and piano little piece based on the intro theme. She wrote the intro theme, and I asked her to actually write us a little piece based on that. So a lot of you have asked me about this. A lot of you have asked me, like, where does this come from? So it's happening. We'll record it soon, and we're going to release that music to you guys soon, so you can buy it and play it, and it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm just giving a little shout out to this band. You can go check out their Facebook page. There's some clips, I think even still, of me playing with them. We're going to be doing some cool festivals in this month coming up as well, so I'm very excited about them. So just thought I'd give them a good shout out. Alright everybody, happy practicing, have fun with those octaves. Until tomorrow, see you then.